Evening peeps, evening, how are we all doing tonight? Let me know how the mic sounds. I've got a new fluffy cover over the mic, so I don't know whether it's sounding any different. I can still see my levels going, so I know you can hear me, just whether you can hear me well enough. Let's see. Evening DSC Broadcasting, how you doing? So we're back tonight with the final round of the Mr. Bean Trophy League. We did try this last week, but the lobbies said no, so we couldn't even get in the bloody lobbies last week. So we're trying again this week. The lobby's obviously holding firm so far. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers in the lobby. Good. Thank you very much, DSC. Appreciated. So 8 drivers in the lobby so far. Qualifying is just about to get underway. It looks like we're going to be missing a couple of drivers for the final. But it is, again, the finals tonight from Sardegna. So 3 races, 3 different tyres to be used. Am I right with that? It's been so long since we did these minis. I've flipping forgotten. I was looking for the rules and regs earlier. I know the length of races changed. But let's have a look at points, shall we? So it's still on for the championship lead. Apologies about the quality of the photo. It's a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot that I've sent myself. So it is Janio currently leading with 198 points on board. Treviso is in second with 172 points. Pujonsky is in third with 154 points. We've got Chalky in fourth with 152 points. RCMBE2 with 142 points in fifth. 6th place for Aldo, it's got 141 points, nipping at the heels of RCMBE2. Sven 2176, he's got himself 98 points on the board. DMK Dazzler has 92 points. So again, still positions to be had here in the championship. Well, I suppose that all depends on whether you're even in the lobby tonight. VSQ is on 63 points, but he's had a did not start. I think I've only ever seen him in one of the races. Down for the count, Marty 23, 58 points on board for him. Old Crawl is sitting with 46 points alongside Rob Scott, actually also 46 points on board. Cutler has got 46 points. 3 drivers then all on 46 points. Tatey is sitting there on 35 points. Ricky J's got 18 points. Joycey has got 6 points, and Paddle Shifter just a single point on the board. So again, it is the final round tonight. Qualifying has just started, so let's get ourselves out of this, change some sizes and stuff up, and yeah, merch still available, people. Some mediums and small t-shirts still available, plenty of stickers. If you want any of those, let me know. Hit me up, dartsmoker@googlemail.com. Lobby sound remembered early. I was about a minute into qualifying last night before I remembered, so let's get the nonsense on. Treviso currently leading us round. This is the... Ooh, I like this Sardegna. It's a nice little track. Is it Sardegna C reverse, I think? Little Mini's getting to absolute full tilt round some of these corners. So this would be... It's the final corner on this circuit, but it's turn 1 the normal way around. Big long start finish straight. We'll stay with Treviso. We'll do a lap with him. So everybody in the 1965 minis, not the new ones. We were in those last night with the P1 boys. Several different liveries rolling about as well. So into turn 1 then. Great big hairpin. There are different variants of this track. You can see it peels off to the left there as well if you wanted it to. So down the hill, through the little left-hander, keeping it absolutely pinned down here. You'll see overtakes going, I'm sure of it, down here, even though it's, you know, you're looking for left, right across. There'll be people going 2 wide, 3 wide down there, I'm sure of it, tonight. So back up the hill, almost a 90-degree right-hander coming up. Almost keeping it absolutely pinned through there. Track quite wide here at Sardegna, plenty of options, and into this last little set of S's. Again, keeping it pinned through the first one, pinned through the second. Just got to put the brakes on a little bit, drops it into third as he hits that final corner, then pins it on the way out. Use as much of the circuit as possible, keep that speed up. So not currently on pole then, Treviso. That's Janio's Honour at the minute, 1:15.2. We'll stay with Treviso though, see what he puts in. It's not quick enough, it's 1:15.4 for him. So Treviso currently second. Where is Janio? There he is. The pink mobile, the anime livery, sitting in first with that 1:15.2. Treviso currently second. Sven in the rust bucket, third at the minute, 1:15.8. Tatey in fourth, he's got himself a 1:15.9. Don't they look small? Don't they look small on this circuit? Dazzler's in fifth then, it's got a 1:16.5. Union Jack smashed all over that. Little mini Chalky. He's in that green Mr. Bean liveried version, just in front of Janio there. There he is, pops out, 1:16.2 he's got on board for himself. Ooh, little bumpy in qualifying. RC MBE2 then, it's 7th position currently, 1:17.2. And Ricky J in the carbon chromium glitter monster, 1:18.8. What did that say on the front screen? We're going to have to go and look at that. Obviously it looked quite offensive, so therefore we must look. Loose nuts wreck races. Oh, there you go. I thought it said something like love your nuts. I do wonder about you sometimes, Ricky J. Make me laugh. Slinging that mini in. So still Janio on that pole. Look at this. It's almost like a race. This is qualifying only, boys. Anime livery on top at the minute then. A few minutes left of qualifying. Hear these tyres squealing all over the place. We have got racing softs on though. I was commentating over the newer minis last night and they were all rolling with sports softs and sports mediums, which made them a little bit of a handful. Treviso's still in second, position's not going anywhere then. Sven still third, Dazzler fourth, Tatey fifth, Chalky sixth, RC MBE seventh, Ricky J yet to cross the line, but possibly still eighth, we'll see. So got 1:03 at the minute. 15 to beat. Pole anyway. 13, 14. What's it going to be, Ricky J? Where do you stick yourself? Oh, he stays in 8th, unfortunately. Someone's just taken Janio out accidentally. Possibly Sven. He slowed right down. Still pretty close together in this qualifying session, even though it is just a qualifying session, not an actual race. All looking for a bit of a toad and down this start-finish straight. Trying to better those times, using the advantage as much as you possibly can. Everybody following Tatey down there. Oof, Treviso sneaks his way through, so he now sits on pole. 1:15. Oh, sorry, let me just flick back to him. 1:15.005 in the little red mini. Sven's got turn one wrong, put it in the barrier. Right, everyone's picking on Ricky J now. Or was it Tatey? Oh, it was Tatey's front end. I should have known that by the Scottish flag smeared on the front, shouldn't I? So Treviso now the man to beat. Janio then second now, Sven third still, so it is just Janio and Treviso that have swapped positions. Dazzler, Tatey, Chalky, RC MBE2 and Ricky J all stay in the same place. Just under a minute and a half left of qualifying. Ricky J just letting the boys come through. So can anyone unseat Treviso? He's not got that much of a lead, but there isn't that many places to make up time here on this circuit. Most of it's flat out in these little minis. A couple of little braking points at turn 1 and the final corner. Taking that right-hander absolutely flat out at the top of the hill. So 30 seconds remaining. Can anyone unseat Treviso? Right near the end, he's picked up that qualifying lap. Janio was confidently rolling about on that top spot for most of it. Treviso said no. So is it going to be Janio up to the line first? Yes, it is. So can he better that time? This is final lap now then. We've passed over that 10-minute mark. Can anyone better their time? Everyone staying exactly where they are. Janio then up to the line. Can he retake that pole spot? Not with a handbrake, he can't. Treviso's across the line as well. Obviously he can't go anywhere apart from down, but he can't do that now. Oh, Tatey. Oh, Tatey came in with a bit of a stinker right then. 1:15.6, but Sven came straight back and took that third place off him. 1:15.2. RC MBE2 moves up the field. He ends up 5th at the end of qualifying. I think everybody else pretty much stayed where they were. Let's have a look then. So yeah, Treviso on pole, Janio second, Sven taking that third place back off Tatey. Tatey 4th, RC MBE2 makes a couple of positions up. He's up into 5th. Dazzler 6th, Chalky in 7th, and Ricky J in 8th. Right, race 1 just about to get underway. If I can get in the lobby, I'll get on the racetrack. Give me options. Options. We're in. Nonsense. We're in then. Treviso to lead us away. Janio in 2nd. Big wide circuit here then at Sardegna. Just about to get underway, and here we go then. Very slow off the mark, these minis, but again, this circuit will be absolutely full tilt apart from turn 1 and the final corner. Janio slots himself into the slipstream of Treviso, then looks for a run down towards turn 1. Treviso goes a little bit defensive, but very wide corners here. Janio able to carry a lot of speed through there. He's going to make a run. He's going to make a run already for the lead, Janio. Getting side by side down this big wide set of S's at the bottom of the hill. Sven holding that 3rd, Tatey in 4th, RC MBE2 still in 5th. Dazzler 6th, Chalky 7th, Ricky J in 8th. Just the top 2 that have swapped positions for now then. Here we go, through that right-hander, full tilt through there. Chalky looking to make a bit of a move on Dazzler. Almost pushing him around these final corners. So onto the big long straight we go then. Let's change the view up a little bit. Looking back from Janio's point of view. Treviso right behind him. Who's that that's picked up a penalty? Is that Tatey? He's picked himself half a second penalty up. Treviso closes up then using that slipstream. Halfway down the start-finish straight. Not going to be enough to get him into a position into this first corner. Oof. I say that as he goes slinging himself around. Tries to go around the outside. Sven's gone a little bit wide. The little mini bouncing around as he comes back on circuit. Tatey's going to have a look at that 3rd position now. Running down the hill. Let me just get on board with Treviso. Looking at Tatey. Has got this half a second penalty he's got to lose. Coming up to that penalty loss zone now as well, so Sven should get that position back. RC MBE2 will probably get past him as well. He's got to get around this right-hander, keeping it planted through there for Treviso. A second behind Janio at the minute. Look at the gap he's pulled. So Tatey loses his penalty. You see drivers swarming past him now. Tatey comes, RCMBE2 comes past. Dazzler comes past. Sven comes past Chalky. Whoa, Chalky, Sven, sideways through that final corner. Let's change that view. Oh, we've gone too far. Let's change that view back up to external. Sven getting it very sideways on the exit of that final corner. Little minis getting a little bit loose on the exit. Dazzler then all over the rear end of RCMBE2 looking for the... Oh, should have slung one up the inside there. Had a second look at it, but could have made that stick there, Dazzler. Oof, runs wide as well. Sven's done it again for a second time. Still kicking off here. Where's... oh no, poor old Ricky J. Poor old Ricky J's 4.5 seconds down at the minute. Not sure what happened to him, but he's a long way off field currently. Back up front then, Janio still leads. Just pulled another 10th, almost 2 tenths over Treviso. He's only going to take a tiny little mistake. And again, this full speed circuit takes these minis a little bit of time to get back up to speed, so you can see with Tatey losing that penalty, getting dropped all the way back. RCMBE2 then into third. Sven been getting that little rust bucket sideways a little bit too much, I think. It's caused him to drop a position. Dazzler all over the back again for a run down towards turn 1. Sven's got a toe off of RCMBE2 though. He's having a look up the inside. Dazzler's thinking about following him through, decides to switch over to the other side of the circuit, almost runs out of tarmac there. RCMBE2 sideways, Sven goes sideways as well, he's into the wall now. Chalky veers past him, Tatey veers past him, Sven falls even further back, he's in 7th now. Dazzler makes his way through into 3rd. Good little move by Dazzler. A little bit of time to catch up though, 3.6 seconds to 2nd place Treviso. A lot of work to do for him. 1.2 seconds, the gap has stretched up to nearly, oh there it goes, 1.3 seconds between Janio and Treviso. Looking better and better for championship here for Janio. It is between these two as well, Treviso and Janio, top 2. Janio is current championship leader. Treviso needs all the points he can get. Dazzler then in 3rd. He's got a little bit of breathing room as well, 0.8 of a second. That's big enough to keep RCMBE out of his danger zone into turn 1. He's got Chalky filling his mirrors a little bit though. Tatey's not too far back either with Sven. Unfortunately getting it a little bit wrong and ending up at the back. Almost at the back. Still got Ricky J. He's lost a bit more time actually, Ricky. Struggling with these little minis maybe here at Sardegna. What is happening here? Why is Treviso falling back so quickly? Look at this. 2 seconds the gap is up to now. Just lost an awful lot of time there for Treviso. He's got full throttle. Steering seems to be working. Look at the time he's losing compared to Janio. Let's just have a look at sort of top speeds down the start finish straight. They don't go super quick these things, but will it even hit 100 miles an hour? What do we think? Full chat down here, 85, 86, oh, 89, 90, so 92, 91, yeah, both hitting the same speeds. Treviso just having a little bit of a wobble maybe down one of those corners, just set him up all wrong for another one maybe. Lost a lot of time there though, Treviso. Starts to gain a little bit back now, 1.9, just saw it at 1.8, so he's starting to pull a little bit of time back. Dazzler then continues to hold that 3rd position. Chalky up into 4th, Tatey 5th. RCMBE2 falling back a little bit. He's coming to the hands of Sven, who's managed to get past. Back up into 6th then for Sven, RCMBE2 in 7th. Ricky J further and further back, 15.4 seconds. Still pulling time though, Janio, 2.1 seconds as he came around turn 1, just dropped back to 1.9. Top 2 then pulling a great big gap over everybody else, 5.6 seconds. It has been a good battle behind for 3rd position, so that's why the gap's been able to grow so much. See these minis just letting go around these corners. I think some of these drivers find it easier to drive that way. Just get the back end turned in the sort of direction you want, wait for it to finish whatever it's doing, and then stomp your foot back on the throttle. I know, I think last night a couple of the guys in the new minis were using a little bit of handbrake around the chicane, I think. Extends still, 2.3 seconds between 1st and 2nd. Dazzler continues to take that 3rd position. Tatey's piling the pressure on Chalky though for 4th. He's got the sun strip, that's what's doing it. It's the sun strip that's keeping him super leggera. Keeping the sun out of his eyes here at Sardegna as he chases down Chalky. Oh, Chalky going a little bit wide through there maybe. Keeps his wheels out of the sand luckily. Actually gets a good drive out of that final corner, using as much of the track as possible. Gets 0.6 seconds over Tatey. Is he within slipstream range of Dazzler in front now? Let's just have a look. Not quite, 1.2 seconds. Tatey is getting a bit of a toe off Chalky though, so he's able to maintain that gap, trying to control the braking and the steering through this corner. Not bad. Keeps the gap very similar between himself and Chalky. No sign of RCMBE2 or Sven. There they come, just coming down the hill. Long way down for those two as well now. Big gaps then appearing here at Sardegna. Top 2 pulling away and pulling apart from each other. And these boys just slowly breaking up, although it does look like they are slowly catching up with Dazzler. Let's get ourselves on with Chalky and have a look, shall we? Yeah, so it was 1.2. He's got that down to under a second now between himself and Dazzler. Still dragging Tatey with him. Dazzler's just got to keep an eye on his rear view mirror now. Takes another 10th out of him around that final corner. Still, I think, a little bit too far back to make a move into turn 1. Tatey's going to close that gap up as well. They will both be getting a toe down here though. Across, using as much of that pit lane as they dare. Tatey closes right up on Chalky around that final 1st corner. From 0.6 down to just under 0.4. Still not able to close the gap enough on Dazzler at the minute though. Let's go in and see what's happening up front. Oh, what is going on? Janio is absolutely stomping it round here. 5 seconds now the lead he's got over Treviso. Treviso's not really lost any time. 5.5 seconds between himself and 3rd place. Janio's just putting on an absolute stomper here for race 1. Making sure he secures that championship, get as many points, keep Treviso out of the picture. Dazzler then in 3rd, Chalky all over the back of him. What happened to you, Tatey? What happened, Tate? Oh, Chalky slings one up the inside. Just finds enough room to get up the inside of Dazzler. Does he outbrake himself into this 1st corner? Dazzler's looking for a totally different line, looking for the switchback on the way out. And it's going to be side by side on the run down. No, they're not. Dazzler gets back in front. Takes the wider line on the way in, just gives him the drive on the way out, gets himself back in front of Chalky. Tatey still out of the picture though. Chalky in a position to get that 3rd position back off of Dazzler, there he goes, sticks a wing up the inside. Not able to carry absolute full speed through there. Tatey is though, sorry, Dazzler is though. He did have the race in line. Chalky was just held up a little bit, taking that slightly tighter line, compromised his speed through, had to back off the throttle, giving Dazzler the position. But in a great position to go for a run on Dazzler again down towards this first corner. We got a quarter of a second in it, closing up, getting even closer, then goes to the outside this time, still carrying plenty of speed on Dazzler. Dazzler goes for the inside line this time. This time it's Chalky that almost carries the speed down the hill. Disadvantage round this corner. Has he got a wing up the inside? Still he has. Two minis battling it out then for this final podium position. Chalky's got the advantage through this corner, and again, if he can hold his nerve through this one. He does. It's Dazzler this time who has to back off. Chalky then slots himself into third position. Minute and a half just under left on the race clock. Again, Dazzler's in a good position to come back at him. Tatey is slowly closing the gap up on these two, but whether it's enough to get back involved before the end of the race, I don't know. Back up front, Janio is still being disgustingly good. Look, 8.8 seconds up front. Absolutely nothing Treviso can do about that. Like I say, I don't know whether he's got any kind of issues. He's getting full throttle. Steering is going left and right and stuff. His brakes seem to be working. Who knows? Maybe there's just one corner catching him out. Chalky and Dazzler side by side again. Dazzler then through to take third. Tatey still 2 seconds behind these two. Sven then another 6.2 seconds back. He's broken away from RCMBE2. Those two have had a bit of a ding dong for the middle of the race. 7.5 seconds back for RCMBE2. Ricky J another 16.5 seconds down. So this is going to be final lap. Where are you? Here you go, Janio then up towards the line. 15-minute timer just about to tick over now. Was it 20-minute, 15-minute and a 10-minute? I faffed it, haven't I? It's a 20-minute race. There we go. I knew the format had changed. I thought we were back to 3:15 minutes, but we're not. Shut up, Smokey. You don't know what you're talking about. So, Janio then, with another 5 minutes left to play with, he's going to just stretch out the lead even more. 10 seconds he's got over Treviso at the minute. These two still at it. Chalky getting the toe back down the start-finish straight, regaining that top spot. Can Dazzler get the run back on him on the exit? Oh, yes. These two are going to be at it till the end of the race. Tatey losing more time though. It's a shame. I'd have thought with these two having a bit of a punch-up, it would have allowed him to close that gap up a little bit. Again, it is a very fast circuit. With these minis, only two corners really you've got to slow down on, except this one. Depends where you are on circuit. Both drivers firing it through there. Tatey is starting to close up now. They're having a bit of a ding dong as it closes up. They want to try and make a clear break for it. Chalky then looks for a bit of a move up the inside. Again, he's in a good position for a move here. Tatey brings that time down by half a second. Go on, Tates. Scottish wonder finding a bit of time somewhere with these two battling. There's a bit of a gap between Chalky and Dazzler. I don't think Chalky's going to have the run on Dazzler this time into turn one. He gets close, but not close enough. Now, is that enough for Dazzler to start trying to peel away? He's got 0.7 seconds. Still within tow range for Chalky. A little bit of breathing room for Dazzler. He's only got make a couple of clean corners against Chalky to pull that time, break the toe for it. Yeah, I thought that's right. Yeah, so I thought it was 3 50-minute races, but it's not. It's one 20-minute race, one 15-minute race, and one 10-minute race. So still 0.7 seconds, just about between Chalky and Dazzler. This is where the race is at, really. Can he make this final corner good? Get a good run. Oof. No, he can't. Chalky closes that gap down again. Tatey loses more time here. Yo-yoing backwards and forwards. Oh, Sven's gone a little bit hot into the final corner. Kicks up the gravel on the way out. It's going to slow him down a little bit. He's out of the danger zone of RCMBE2, but RCMBE2 doesn't want to be left out, so he kicks up a few stones himself. Ricky J lost another little bit of time, but kind of keeping on pace now. Stays out of the stones. Janio just stomping away still. Minute and a half left. He's got 11.2 seconds over Treviso. Current championship leader is Janio. Right, where are we here? Dazzler. He's got a second, 1.1 between himself and Chalky. That's enough to break the toe. Needs to get a good run into this final corner. Keep that gap between himself and Chalky on this start-finish straight, and he should be good to go. Chalky makes up a little bit of time on him, but it's not enough to get himself back into the toe range. A second behind still. The toe range is about 0.85, 0.9 of a second. So Dazzler, with just a lap to go, could be on for a podium position here. No mistakes needed. Janio then into the bottom of the hill, back up. Just a couple of corners left for him to go. 30 seconds left on the race timer then. Nice and cleanly through that fast ride up to this little set of S's before the final corner. He's lost a little bit of time to Treviso, but he hasn't got to worry about that now. Final corner coming up then. Cleanly through there. Apart from not getting pole position, it was a perfect race for him. He managed to get the run on Treviso and take the lead coming out of the first corner, and that's where he's been ever since. There he goes then, taking the win, 10.6 second lead by the time he crosses the line. Treviso tried everything he could, but just could not keep with the pace of Janio. He's going to come home second then in race one. Still kicking off here though for third. The gap between Dazzler and Chalky did come back down, but Dazzler takes third, Chalky takes fourth. Tatey was involved in that for a bit, but lost a bit of time in those last few laps. So it takes fifth position. Sven, sixth place, has been closed up a little bit by RCMBE2, so a couple of little mistakes extra for, we saw him get the final corner wrong, didn't we? Maybe he's done it again, slowed him down. RCMBE2 then comes home in seventh position. Then Ricky J around the final corner is going to take eighth. So tiny bit of a break, and then we jump into race two tonight. It is a reverse grid, which means Ricky J will lead us out. Great big pile of handbrake for him across the line as well. So yes, two more races to go, a 15-minute and a 10-minute race. Again, reverse grid for both race 2 and race 3. Yeah, let me glug me semi-warm brown stuff. To get it down, otherwise it'll just be too cold. You can't do cold coffee. Something wrong about cold coffee. There we go then, official results on screen. Janio taking the win convincingly in the end. Treviso second, Dazzler third, Chalky in fourth, Tatey fifth, Sven sixth, RCMBE 2 in seventh, and Ricky J in eighth. Again, a couple of minutes, we'll jump into race 2. Right, let me get in the lobby because I know what will happen. I'll be in the middle of something else and I'll miss the start of the race. Oh, okay. Now I'll get myself in the lobby so I don't miss the start of the race. Let me in. Let me in. There we go. There we go. We're in. Whew. So medium tyres on board for everybody for race 2, and then we stick on a set of hards for the final race. Will they be able to take these corners quite as quickly? I think the majority of them, apart from the first and last corner. We'll see how they get on through this right-hander at the top of the hill. Here we go then. Can we go full tilt through here this time with the mediums on? Yes, we can. Again, it's just going to be the first and last corners where we have to stick a bit of brake on. Oof. Some glitchomatrons going on for RCMBE 2. That's not what we want. It's just as other drivers are joining the actual racetrack. Janio then starting from the back. Can he make his way through to the front in race 2? Shorter race, 15-minute, different tyre as well. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but again, this is a very wide circuit here at Sardegna. A lot of opportunities to overtake. Also keeps it pinned through that right-hander. Medium tyres don't seem to be making much difference. We'll see what sort of lap times people are putting in. Oh, 1:15 something for fastest. Did I see a 1:14 for fastest? We're down that way, 1:15s-ish. Saw a low 1:15, 1:15.09 or something. Maybe we got lower than that. We'll see what they're like in with the medium tyres on though, and then we'll have to see how they get on with that hard tyre at the end around that right-hander. Can they take it full tilt with that hard tyre on? Again, plenty of circuit here at Sardegna to work with. That's not enough for some people. You want to extend that and kick up the stones as well. How much track do you want, boys? Loose nuts. Wreck races. Better tighten yours up then, Ricky J. Why is half your number plate missing? Oh, because it's Ricky's nuts, look. Got a broken number plate, but there you go. Here we go then, race 2 just about to get underway. Call just coming out in the lobby. Oh, there's only actually 7 drivers, I think, so far. Yeah, we're missing a driver at the minute. I think. Oh. Okay, I thought that was the start, but okay, let's get ourselves back in. Okay, all 8 drivers in now then. Ricky J, why are you on hard tyres? No, Ricky J. Next race, Ricky J. Oh my god, Ricky J's on hards. Ricky J's on hards. He's a maniac. Okay. Oh. I thought it was reverse grid. Why is Treviso on the front? Alright, race 2 just about to get underway. Lobbies. Have we got a random grid for race 2? Ah, there you go, Genio just coming up saying wrong grid. So I'm sure we'll probably get a call to restart. Yeah, driver's dropping out then. So, yeah, I thought so. So, wrong grid. And wrong tyres, Ricky J. Come on. Work. Oh, I've got to type something first. Why we don't let me pick Ricky J? Why can't I pick Ricky J? Ricky J. I'm gonna have to type it. Mr. J. Has he got the right tyre on now? That's the question. Yes, he has got the right tyre on, Ricky J. Everybody else has got the mediums on as well. That's good. So everyone on the right tyre. Just got to get the grid order right now. Stop it. So hopefully we've got the right lobby, hopefully the right grid order, hopefully we've got right tyres on now. Everybody on the mediums, yes they are. Just need that grid order correct. Exploring that track then, Ricky J. So it looks like they can do this right-hander at the top absolutely flat out. Lap times will be a little bit slower, but I can't see them being much slower, to be honest. I think it's going to change in race 3 when we stick the hards on. I'll go around this corner here. I don't know whether a set of hards will cope with absolutely full tilt around there. We'll see. But here we go. So, grid order looking correct. Yeah, Ricky J on the front. Sven, yeah, RCMB2, Tatey. Yes, that is correct. Here we go then. Race 2, just about to get underway. Revs are up. The lights are going on. And we're away for race 2. Let's see how they get on then. Can Genio make his way through the field and get himself back up front? Who's going to make it into turn 1 on top? Ricky J's holding his own. Sven's looking for a totally different line on the way in. Ricky J's taking the off-road route, looking for that shortcut. Slowed him down though. Sven's all over the back of him. Look at the punch-up happening behind though. Treviso is already through to third position. Chalky into fourth. RCMBE2 in fifth. We've got Janio in sixth, trying to close that gap up. Tatey in seventh, and Dazzler eighth. Position swapping all over the place already. So up front, Ricky J gets overtaken by Sven, the Rust monster in front. Full tilt through that right-hander then. Still battling for third. Treviso on top at the, not on top, but third. Chalky chasing him down. RCMBE2 as well. All still very tightly packed on this first lap. RCMBE2 slings one up the inside of Chalky. Gets the move. Oh, Ricky J's got final corner wrong. That's going to slow him down. Look at the line, all following Ricky J, getting the toe off Ricky J. They'll all swap over to behind Treviso in a minute as they're closing up on him. Here we go, and then they'll all look for a move down in towards turn one, and maybe not quite close enough. Janio slams the brakes on late, tries to get one up the inside of RCMBE2, goes sideways, gets a nudge. Positions swapping all over then early on. Sven been given a great big chunk of breathing room, a shorter race format as well of 15 minutes. He's got 2.4 seconds already. Treviso then leading the next pack. Janio's right behind him now though. Battle on again then. Dazzler up into fourth position, Tatey into fifth, Ricky J holding sixth, Chalky in seventh, RCMBE2 in eighth. Pulls another 10th, 2.5 seconds up front. Losing bits of that car due to the rust, making him a little bit faster. Treviso then holding second. Obviously, Janio right behind him. He's going to get a good run on Treviso here. Starts to close the gap. Switches over to the inside of the circuit. Enough speed to get the move on Treviso here. Looks for as much of the circuit as possible. Treviso won't make that easy for him. Can he switch one back up the inside here? He can. Oh, Janio goes off-roading. So he settles for third. He's got to be careful. He won't be carrying as much speed. Oh, he's got half a second penalty as well. That's going to put a dent in his race. Oh, Sven's got it wrong. He must have gone off-road on that very corner. Slowed him right down. Dazzler almost had a look at Janio into this right-hander, but he has got to lose that penalty now then, Janio. Let's have a look. Dazzler should get past. Sven will probably get straight back past as well. There goes Dazzler. Has Sven got the oomph to get past the little pink monster? Yes, he has. There is Tatey having a look at Janio as well up the inside. What a killer, those penalties. So Treviso now leads the race then. 0.7 seconds he's got over Dazzler. Dazzler will be in the slipstream. Sven will still be getting a tow as well. Everybody still just within tow range, I think. Oh, yes. Ricky J just outside of it, I think, as is RCMBE2, but only a tiny little mistake will bring those two back into the fight. Sven goes massively sideways into turn one. Treviso under pressure through there though. Dazzler closed that gap right up on him. Janio's got himself back up into third position. Sven falls, Tatey fifth, Chalky in sixth. Ricky J has got himself back on to the end of this fight. Still within slipstream range. It is only RCMBE2 then without a tow at the minute. And look at this. 1/10 of a second in it between Dazzler and Treviso. Through that right-hander down towards this little set of S's. Treviso trying to go defensive on this really wide course here. Dazzler needs a good exit. Looks like he's got it as well. Starts to close up then. Treviso hugs the inside of the circuit. He did do for a little minute, looking for the shortest run down here. Oh, we're going to see Dazzler go for a move into turn one. Looks like he's peeling out to the right now. He does, gets himself out then. So goes for the late break in, gets the job done. Can Dazzler carry that speed back out of turn 1? No, he can't. Treviso holds on to that race lead then. Janio still not out of the thick of it just yet. 1.4 seconds. If those two keep battling, he'll close that gap up. Sven fallen out of slipstream range and closer to Tatey and Chalky, who are battling it out. Ricky J falls out of that slipstream range again, 2 seconds down. RCMBE2 closes up on him due to that mistake. 3.5 behind at the minute for RCMBE2. Top 3 all starting to get a little bit close together again. Janio just a second behind these two now. Is taking a little bit more time out of them down this start finish straight. Dazzler then goes for the move around the outside of Treviso then on the exit of the final corner. Gets himself in front and can now take the defensive line if he needs to. Can Treviso use the toe to get back at him? Looking for different lines. Treviso goes sideways into turn 1. Almost loses it through there. Keeps himself in front, but look at this now. Janio fires himself into the mix. It's going to be a three-way battle for the lead here then. Everybody looking for a way past Treviso at the moment. Sven just 1.8 seconds off these three. Again, any little mistake bring him into the fold as well. Dazzler then having a little look at the inside of Janio into the S's. Into this final corner then. We'll have the advantage. Might slow him down on the way out though. Maybe a little bit the gap growing between themselves and Treviso. They've got to be careful he doesn't disappear. Together a little bit then, Janio and Dazzler. Janio pushing Dazzler down the road to close that gap back up on Treviso using the bump draft technique. And we've got a fight behind Tatey and Chalky side by side as well for 4th and 5th. Who's going to win out here? Last of the late breakers. Chalky breaks late, swings that mini across, holds onto 4th position. Tatey keeps it right there with him though. Sven then in 6th. Another mistake from Sven drops him from 4th to 6th. Brings Ricky J back into the fight almost. 1.4 seconds down. RCMBE2 is only 1.4 seconds down as well. Can't see it being long before he's starting to make a move on Ricky J. Treviso 0.7 seconds. Janio then. Did he sling one past at turn 1? Top 3 have really broken up now then. 0.7 seconds between 1st and 2nd. A great big 2.7 seconds down to 3rd then. So I'm not sure whether Dazzler got turn 1 a little bit wrong. Maybe if they were still under bump draft conditions, maybe he wasn't anticipating the extra speed into turn 1. It's falling back. Chalky starting to close up on him. 1.2 seconds the gap between those two. Tatey's still in with the chance here as well. Just 0.9 seconds back himself. Everybody on the same bit of circuit just then. Ricky J testing out the limits of grip on that mini. Or maybe overextending the limits. Kicks up the smoke. That brings RCMBE2 back into the picture. He's well within slipstream range now and carrying a bit more speed through these S's down the hill. To get a better run on Ricky J through here. Oof, Ricky J again goes a little bit wide, dips a wheel on that sand there, and here we go. RCMBE2 does carry the speed then, sticks one up the inside of Ricky J. I didn't think it was going to be long, and there it is again. Ricky J sideways action in that mini, he's loving it. Right back up front, look at this. Janio starting to close that gap down on Treviso. We've got 4.5 minutes left to race in race 2. Oh, Treviso's got it all wrong through turn 1, straight onto the grass. Janio just swoops by, takes that top spot. He's going to carry loads more speed down the hill as well. Treviso might have just wrecked his own race here. He could be out of tow range by the time they hit this right-hander at the top of the hill. And if Janio can stick the laps down like he did in race 1, Treviso is all but done for the championship, really. There you go, 1.4 seconds, 1.5 seconds on the exit of that right-hander. It's all fallen into Janio's hands. Still kicking off for third behind as well. Chalky and Dazzler still having a bit of a punch-up for that one. Chalky looks like he's just got himself through. He has. Can Dazzler get that one back before the end of the race? He's in a good position to do it. Chalky, if he can stay with him, will just get him back on the next lap. Tatey's slowly bringing himself back into that fight as well. Just 0.8 of a second down himself. Third, fourth and fifth then all getting pretty close in these last few laps. Sven a bit too far back to get involved now. 2.7 seconds. We'll see though. Again, it only takes a slight mistake. RCMBE2 into 7th position. Pulls a bit of time on Ricky J as well. That gap up to 4.1 seconds. Look at this, Janio, 2.3. He's just pulling tenths. I think Treviso's just got that final corner wrong again. Sorry, it's not the final corner, it's the first corner. Because it's just 10th after 10th after 10th. Janio's pulling on him on that back half of the track. I think Chalky and Dazzler are slowly closing up on him with the little mistakes. Still having a good battle though for third position. Dazzler had a little think about sticking one up the inside there. That's the view I want. There's Tatey in the background. Dazzler then goes for a little look. Side by side on the exit. Chalky's just got the advantage. Gets himself in front then. There is Tatey, carries loads of speed around that corner, gets himself right in the fight, overtakes Dazzler, carrying so much speed he might be able to get himself past Chalky here. Closes up, swings out to the inside of the circuit now. He's just got to get his braking right into this corner. Backs off early. Maybe a little bit too early. There you go, Chalky just able to carry a little bit more speed around that outside edge. Tatey being very conservative through there, didn't want to end up taking anybody else out, but that just gives Chalky the advantage. Holds on to third position then. Right, back up front, let's see what's kicking off. The gap too big now, 3 seconds, 3.1, a minute and a half left in race 2. It's going to be final lap and that's it. Treviso, it was all going so well for you. First corner, just catching you out on the exit. 3.2 seconds, still keeps himself in front of these three maniacs. Oh, there's Sven closing up on him as well. So Chalky, Tatey, Dazzler, and soon to be Sven. Sven get involved? Can he get involved? Chalky might be a little bit too far up the road now as well, really. This is final lap, like I say. Just starting to stretch out a little bit now then. Can anyone get a run down the hill on another driver? Only a few corners left to go. This may as well be a straight. Sven is involved now. He is just 0.5 of a second off the back of Tatey. Up the hill then towards this fast right-hander. Who's going to take it? Let's get ourselves back on board with race leader. 5 seconds remaining. It is going to be Janio that takes the win in race 2. There we go. Final lap being flashed up on the board then. I think that's pretty much the championship secured for Janio. He's won race 1 tonight. He's won race 2 tonight. He was already championship leader coming into tonight's round of races. So I think that's the deal done and dusted. Treviso took second though. Again, that was his position in race 2. That's his position in the championship as well. Chalky's come home 3rd position. Dazzler's come home 4th. Tatey's 5th. Sven has come home in 6th. RCMBE2 in 7th. And Ricky J in 8th. Again, great big pile of handbrake. That Mini won't go round for you, will it, me? Always seems to point itself straight. So there's race 2 done and dusted. Again, Treviso. Oh, you've got a nice, great big lead. Okay. Janio was sort of slowly closing up. But you had a nice big lead. You allowed Janio to close up. And then you flung it off circuit. Oh, what a wounder. What a wounder. So that's 2 wins on the bounce then for Janio. He'll be happy with that. Again, I think that's championship sewn up really. Again, he was about 10, 20 points leading coming into this round. Let me just pull that up. Let me put the right code in my phone. Always helps, doesn't it? What are you looking for? How far ahead was he? Oh, yeah, he smashed. He was 26 points ahead coming into this round. He's just won the first 2 races of the evening as well. So that's Treviso's chances sewn up, I think. It'll be interesting to see what happens further down the field. We've got Pajonski, who's not racing tonight, in 3rd. Chalky, who's sitting in 4th. So I think he's going to take 3rd in the championship. Yes, he will. He's only 2 points behind. RCMBE2 as well, although he's 142 points on the board. Just having points tonight, regardless of where his position is, could put him into 4th position ahead of Pajonski. Could do. Sven and Dazzler, yeah, they could be swapping positions. Yeah. And who else have we got on circuit? We have a Ricky J and a Tatey. They're pretty close together in terms of points. What we're looking at? Oh, they're right next door to each other. 30. Oh no, maybe not. No battle going on between Tatey and Ricky J, unfortunately. Oh, that's why the gap was too big between Janio and Dazzler. So they must have had a little bit of contact coming into turn 1. Again, it wasn't long after we'd just seen them bump drafting down the start-finish straight to try and close back up on Treviso. And a few seconds later, there was a sort of 2-second gap between them. So I'm not sure whether Dazzler was not quite ready for the speed coming into the corner because he's being, nudged down the track by Janio, or whether it was a genuine Janio slung one up the inside and made contact with him. But yeah, large gap developed between those two. And then he just chopped away at Treviso until Treviso made a mistake. But, oh, we've just missed him going around that right-hander. Oh, damn it. Let's have a look. Anybody else? Oh, we've just missed you going around that right-hander as well. So everybody on the hards now for this final race. 10 minutes on the race clock. Let's see how they firm it with these. Well, we've still got drivers on mediums. What are you doing, boys? Hard tyres. Treviso's still on the Meads. Come on, Treviso. Will it let me? Will it let me tell him? Why won't it let me tell him? What have I done to upset your PlayStation? Right. won't let me pick anyone. I think he's got the right tyre. Yeah, everyone's on the right tyres now. Everybody's done it now. I think. Hards. Yeah, hards. There we go. So another reverse grid. No Treviso. You can't have a coffee. Not unless you're getting me one. It's got to be a Costa. Here we go then. Race 3 of the evening. Third reverse grid tonight. So again, not quite right. Oh yes, it is. There's Ricky J at the front. I was looking at the wrong guy. So it is Ricky J that's going to lead us out. RC MBE 2 second, Sven 3rd, Tate 4th, Dazzler 5th, Chalky 6th, Treviso 7th, Janio 8th, and we are underway then. Slow starts again from these minis, burning those clutches out, try not to spin the wheels up. Can Ricky J hold the lead into turn 1? Drivers swerving all over the place in the background, looking for position. There's Ricky J going for the off-road route again. No, he decides to stay out of the mud this time. Not carrying as much speed through. RC MBE 2 comes through to take that first position off him. Sven's carrying a fair bit of speed down here as well. Following RC MBE 2 through there. Ricky J trying not to take anybody out. So towards this right-hander then. First lap, let's see how they get on. Well, ooh, Chalky goes a little bit wide, but we've seen other drivers do that. Looks like they can take that just the same as in any of the other races with the mediums or the hards on, or the softs even. So Tate into 3rd, Dazzler up the inside, Treviso up the inside as well of Ricky J. Janio now up the inside. Janio into 6th, Ricky J into 7th, Chalky then in 8th. Tightly packed down here. Chalky then goes to the move, gets the run on Ricky J down the start-finish straight. There's positions up ahead as well. Janio going for the move on Treviso and Dazzler maybe in the inside of turn 1. 3 wide through there, you maniacs. Treviso goes wide again through there. Janio's gone wide through there as well. Again, his championship is done and dusted. He's taken the championship anyway. Not that we want him to drive how he wants, but he can. You know, he's not got to worry about points now so much. Treviso then falls to the back of the pack. Chalky then coming up behind Dazzler, looking for the move into this fast right-hander. On board then with 6th place man Chalky. Yeah, just keep the throttle on through there with the hard tyres on, no problem. Ricky J keeping himself in the slipstream. Let's see what's happening up front because positions have changed again. It is now Sven that's taken the race lead. RC MBE 2 right behind him in 2nd, but they are now working together to try and get themselves away from everybody else behind. Sven just nudging, RC MBE 2 just nudging Sven down the track so he travels faster. Then RC MBE 2 can pick up his slipstream and allow him to travel faster and hopefully pull away, but Tate's a little bit too close, so he's going to gain the slipstream off the both of them. So top 3 starting to get a little bit feisty then. Chalky into 5th, Janio having a look around the outside in is he? Can he? Just does get himself in front. There you go, slots himself in front. Chalky drops back behind. Dazzler in 6th then. Ricky J 7th. Treviso closes back up to the group, just half a second behind Ricky J at the minute. And everybody just able to keep the power on through that right-hander. I thought that was going to catch some people out, but that's upset me a little bit. I wanted to see some sideways action. Tate and Sven then battling out for the lead. What happened to you, RC MBE 2 now at the back of the pack? What is happening? Where did you get that one wrong? Why did I miss that? Falls to the back then, RC MBE 2. Closes up on Ricky J. Ricky J doesn't look like he's bothered really too much about taking advantage of slipstream. He didn't seem to sling himself behind Treviso very early. RCMBE2 then up the inside of Ricky J into turn 1. Then up front, the Rust Bucket still leads. Sven then 21.76, half a second lead over Janio, who's got himself up into second position. He's going for all 3 race wins here tonight. The only thing he's missed out on is pole position. Treviso snuck that off him. Fastest sectors going in as well. Tatey into third, then being harassed by Chalky though, coming through that right-hander. There is Dazzler just in the background as well. Treviso then trying to get back involved. A little way down at the minute, 2.2 seconds in 6. Managed to get his way back past RCMBE2 and Ricky J. Being closed up on. Janio wants that 3rd win tonight. All over the back of the Rust machine. Swings out to the right hand side of the circuit. He's got the advantage now into turn 1. Should be nice and easy unless he gets his braking wrong, but he doesn't seem to have done that for every other time he's hit this corner, so I can't see him getting it wrong now. There you go, nice and cleanly through there. Back into the lead of the race then. Sven 2nd, Tatey 3rd, still being harassed by Chalky. Dazzler closed up on those 2. And there is Treviso. How far back are you? 2.4 seconds. Again, it's a short race. It's only 10 minutes. We're almost 6 minutes in already. These 3 having a right old ding-dong for 4th. Sorry, 3rd. Apologies. Chalky then has a look up the inside. Tatey gets nudged. It's going to slow him down massively. Dazzler comes through as well. Look at that, down to 60 miles an hour. Everyone else carrying about 80 miles an hour through there. Gets caught out then, Tatey. Again, he could have done that on the softs and the mediums maybe, but side by side through there on a set of hards, it's not going to work out. Janio then into the lead, half a second over Sven. Chalky breaks away from Dazzler. He's got 0.8 of a second. He has got half a second penalty to pick up though. And unfortunately, it's way more than 0.5 of a second. If you've played this game, it can almost double. By the time you've lost the speed, dropped the penalty and got back up to speed, whew, yeah. So Dazzler just 0.8 of a second behind Chalky. Coming up to that penalty zone now as well. Let's get ourselves on board with Dazzler. Just round this right hand corner, they'll hit that penalty zone. There it is, the 2 markers. Chalky slows down. Dazzler able to continue keeping that foot planted. Chalky's going to make him go around the outside, but he's going to carry enough speed that he should get himself in front before the final corner. There he is. So he gets himself into 3rd position then. Chalky closes back up, has a good exit out of there. Still kicking off behind as well. Let me just jump back to that battle. Chalky looking to get that position back early on. Treviso, Tatey and RCMBE2 all having a bit of a fight now for 5th, 6th and 7th. Treviso, who had broken away a little bit, comes under pressure. Tatey up the inside then. RCMBE trying to run around the outside. Treviso hangs on to it, but Chalky and Dazzler are still at it side by side on the run down the hill. Dazzler's got the inside of the track as well, should have the advantage as they come up to the top of the hill. Ooh, Chalky almost had enough room to swing across and chop that nose off. He does now get himself in front. I think Dazzler just let off the throttle a little bit to give him that position back. It's still on. So, minute and 15 seconds on the race clock. We'll make this final lap. It is Janio leading comfortably as well, 1.2 seconds over Sven, and just pulling more time here. Nearly 1.5 seconds already, so gaining a big chunk on that final corner. Chalky then in 3rd position, 3 seconds behind Sven. closing up due to Sven's little mistake, but I don't think he's in any position to make that move on Sven. Dazzler still could be in with a shot here, just 0.4 of a second behind Chalky. Again, this is final lap. Treviso gets a little bit closer. RC, MBE2 and Tatey as well. Ricky J, unfortunately, 8 seconds down in 8th. But it is going to be this man that takes a third win here, as long as he can navigate these next few corners. 1:15.6 then, fastest lap. I told you there wouldn't be much difference, didn't I? It's only really the final corner and turn 1 they've got to actually slow down for. And I don't think they've got to do that, really. So you've seen some of these minis sideways into both corners, and they still manage to keep up the pace. So through the S's then for the final time tonight for Janio, round this final corner. Doesn't matter what he does now, he can throw it in the gravel. He's already taken the championship. He's had all 3 wins here tonight. Again, the only thing he's missed out on is qualifying, pole position. So there he is, just picks himself up a half a second penalty at the end there. He won't be bothered about that, but takes the win here tonight for the 3rd race in a row for Janio. Sven comes home in 2nd, Chalky takes 3rd, Dazzler by the skin of his teeth takes 4th position. Treviso was literally next to him as they cross the line, but takes 5th. RCMBE2 comes home in 6th position. Tatey takes 7th. Ricky J, that mini still won't go backwards for you, will it? Takes 8th for Ricky J. It really doesn't want to go backwards for you, does it? Never mind. Next season, mate. So that is it for the, well done Janio. Let's just get rid of him off screen. Yes, great racing in the minis. Again, shame we didn't have a few more drivers on track, but it is what it is. Again, we are a week late, you know, so people might have had things planned. So it's a bit of a shame, but still some decent racing on track, even if it was between 1 or 2 drivers. It was closely fought. Well done to everyone. So that is it. That was the final round tonight. There is season 2 on the cards. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was good racing. I thought so as well. Thanks for the big ups. There is a season 2 lined up. I don't know when that's planned for yet. I think they're just trying to gather drivers and interest and stuff like that. There has been talk of the Chewit minis coming back as well, but it's on the same night, so I don't know. Hopefully they can do a season each, and the off season of each other. We'll see. But that's it for the Mr. Bean Trophy League. That's the final race of the evening. No problem, boys. No problem. So what have we got coming up? We've still got the Battle of the Groups on Friday nights at 9 o'clock. So there's 8 different sim racing groups. It's going to be mixed lobbies again this week. I'm covering lobby 1, but there wasn't any sort of hard and fast pros or pro-ams. It was just a mixed grid of drivers for race 1. For week 1, it'll be a mixed lobby of drivers for week 2 as well. And then weeks 3 and 4 is when you get put into your designated sort of category of, you know, faster versus slower lobbies. That's week 3 and 4. So that's Friday nights at 9 o'clock. I've also got the P1 boys as well. They started a new mini league last night in the new minis. Different tracks, obviously, and different setup. But yeah, we're in the new minis for the P1 boys. So that's the next few weeks on Sunday night at 9 o'clock. No word of the Team Oliver Racing GT3 League start date yet. No word of the GTTCC start date yet. That's obviously going to be after the Battle of the Groups, because they're both on Friday nights, and all different. All the groups involved in GTTCC will be involved in the Friday night Battle of the Groups, so they won't clash. No problem, boys. Or give me a bit of a shout out in the PlayStation chat. That's all right. No worries. No worries. So yeah, that's what we've got coming up. Friday nights at 9 o'clock for the Battle of the Groups, and Sunday night for the P1 boys and their mini league. But that's it from the Mr. Bean Trophy League for the time being. Again, as and when I hear about season 2, I'll stick it up on the page. But if you want to find out more, get yourselves over to the DK10 Sim Racing page on Facebook, and go and sort of throw some questions about. See what they say. But that's going to be it from me tonight, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, a comment, and all that sort of stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. But mostly, tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.